make note. We'll make mention of it.
The shirt.
Yeah, the new shirts. Look at that. Yeah, check me out. Yeah, check me out. Look at that one.
Not too fresh. Is that how he's gonna look on a Sunday afternoon?
I think so.
With the shades, he gonna be out.
Look at that. Yeah, see that?
Yeah,
see it?
like he's supposed to be on a boat somewhere.
Hey, man, it's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. Can you hear me, Charles?
I can hear you loud and clear.
Can I hear you?
Oh, can you?
I think so.
All right, let's go.
Easter Sunday.
Easter Sunday. Oh man, I feel like it's just gonna be that.
Look. Look, you doing too much talking. You doing too much talking. It's not gonna be too much, Charles. You try. Like, we're just gonna say what it is, and that's it. That's it.
Right. That's what it is.
But I think we good. What's up, guys? This is a new installment. We'll call it episode 15 of the HotPot. And we got a lot of controversial topics to bring up to you guys today. Actually, another one I want to bring up is the one with Quiet on Set, the new documentary on Nickelodeon.
Yeah, I still haven't seen that.
That's
I'm kind of scared, low key, to watch it.
It's quite informal. There's a lot of things going on, and you get a little bit of an inside exclusive look into what's been going on in Nickelodeon world, and I can kind of see why a lot of the people turned out the way that they have because of it. But yeah. But anyways, what's up, guys? We're gonna be covering a few topics, going from Lords of the Floor. Well, I don't even know which topic we should start with today.
Yeah, it's kind of a bag right now. We just got to dig into the bag, man.
Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna go off the top. We're gonna see how this go, how it lands.
You guys a cup of Joe.
Yeah, make sure y'all get that new cut. You see that? My boy Luffy on the cover.
Man, over here acting like a straw hat, man. What you doing, dog? Like, come on.
You see, Charles is trying to talk all cool right now with his voice all low. He's trying to be seductive.
Seductive? Oh.
To you guys.
Hold up.
But this is
that
not
what you
the
think
case.
of me?
I definitely don't think But, what was it? I think, first topic of the day, I guess, since we're just pulling out the hat. Easter Sunday is now Transgender Day. All right, next topic.
Shout out to Be Invisible. All right, so yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
It's gonna be an interesting Sunday.
All right.
Hey man, we got an exciting weekend next weekend. I mean, let's just go into it. We got Lords of the Floor coming up, and Red Bull has been hyping this thing up like crazy. I don't know if you've seen on the marketing, like they just been putting it out there.
Yeah, so Red Bull has been doing this thing where they've been marketing it in a way where they're releasing I guess a new group every other week or every week or so. So like it's a 2v2.
Yeah, 2v2.
Invitational only, but I believe there are 3 or I guess 6 open spots for prelim qualifiers.
Yeah, so 3 spots, 6 people, with the 2v2. They've got the bracket pretty much already set. So I don't know if and they even had where the prelims might go in. So it's like the battles are already set for the top 16, and you got your last chance to get in there if you're gonna be out there in Seattle. So
yeah. So it's in Seattle, April 6th.
April 6th. They're gonna have a live stream too. So
okay.
Yeah.
Wait, do you know who's live stream? Is it just Red Bull or?
It's probably gonna be Red Bull. They usually take care of a lot of their stuff. They've got that linked up on their website too. So if you haven't looked at it, go ahead and check it out. You want to go down the list of?
Yeah, actually, I want to go against. I want to see what the brackets look like.
Let's see.
Let's go down the list.
Let's see. So
first battle on the left side.
First battle, We got Crumbs and Ruin, Style Elements, versus Iron Monkey and Eric from Rhythm Bugs. Iron Monkey's crazy. Iron Monkey's gonna be. I mean, so one of the things that you have to know about Lords of Floor and what they're putting out there, right? This is a jam from the old days, right?
Yeah, definitely.
A legendary jam that happened way back when, right? Way back when, quote unquote. For us, right? And coming up in today's world, it's like, man, we got all the legends that were battling at this jam, coming back to this jam, and then a few people who are new to, I guess, competing at this jam or being, at this level in this time, competing with the people who were still competing back then. So like it's kind of crazy how we're getting those same names who are still active.
Do we have El Nino battling?
Let's see. If we're going down the line.
Because I know what would have been really interesting to see is if El Nino did the comeback with K-Mel. But, El Nino is older now.
Yeah,
but back then he was old enough, or he was young enough to fit in a duffel bag. But
see, I didn't even know that story until it like came out with that video. I was like, that's crazy.
So, I mean, that'd be interesting to see.
It's wild to think that he's been breaking that long. Like, he's been in the fold that long.
I'd say El Nino, he's considered a millennial.
Mm-hmm.
Millennial.
Mm-hmm.
I almost got that wrong, but millennial. I think he is. I think he's probably like in his mid to late 30s. I think.
No, I would say early, maybe.
Like,
right?
what do you consider early?
I mean, 32, 33?
I think he's older.
He's old? Wow.
I think he's like 35 or something.
Let me know, because
I mean, I could be wrong.
I don't know.
El Nino, please correct me if I'm wrong. Leave it in the comment section below, because I don't know.
The man is spry. He moving out here like he's still in his late 20s.
Yeah, and he's still competing at a high level. So, him and Victor,
so. Man, look, okay, so look, I want to go down and figure out possibly what, just get your thoughts on like some of the matchups. So like with Style Elements versus Rhythm Bugs, to be honest, I don't know too much about Rhythm Bugs, but I've seen Iron Monkey quite a bit. I've seen Crumbs quite a bit. So for me, I'm like, the matchup with how much Crumbs is still able to move and how much he's still able to put on the floor, I'm like, that's gonna be a battle for the ages. What do you think? You're mad chewing on that toast, man. That toast good? Is it good? Is it delectable?
This is some pretty good bread.
Is it delectable?
I ain't gonna give no shout outs for free, but hey, y'all make some good bread, man. That's some good bread. All right. I think Crumbs will probably perform. I think Crumbs will actually perform better than I've seen him perform.
You think he's ready for stage? I mean, I think he runs a course continuously, so like he's definitely still in shape.
I got people calling me right now.
Busy man. See, busy man.
Busy man. We got too much going on. But Crumbs is definitely going to be one of those people this time. I think he's going to shock a lot of people, because I think Crumbs had time to perfect and sharpen his movements. And I think Crumbs is already more like a super sharp dancer, like almost to where, there's not enough dancing. It's completely sharp. Being sharp.
Yeah.
It's just sharpness.
Yeah, it's straight up like execution.
Yeah, but I think he's had time to like kind of go through the movements and go through his own style to maybe show some, optimizations in some areas that he maybe lacked. Because I think he lacked in some areas before, and I've seen footage of him recently that made me kind of feel like, oh, like, you know what, you look better. Like I like in a good direction. Like you're going somewhere in a better direction. So
that's actually leads me to one question. Is like, what do you think the mindset of some of these dancers, some of these legends that performed back then, right? What do you think their mindset is in preparation for performing this upcoming week?
I think, man, this is gonna kind of sound a little bit controversial, but I think a lot of their mindset is like, man, I can't do this no more. I think a lot of the legends are gonna be like, bro, like the things that the newer generation of dancers are coming out with are so out of the water that I can't compete. And So what I have to do in order for it to look like I'm winning, or like, give that
Just puff up that chest.
well, I mean, to pretty much give the impression that I am having the higher leverage in this particular battle, I think they're gonna have to be like, you see, regardless of what they're doing, look at me. I'm gonna be cool. I'm just looking around, and then I'm gonna be showing like, I can rock. Flea Rock,
Oh, man.
the finger guns. It's gonna kind of look like that battle that we saw with Flea Rock and Sugar Kicks.
Yeah.
I think there's gonna be a lot of character and a lot of like dancing to something
look like
else.
that battle from the 40 and up things at freestyle session with the final. The junior versus came up.
I don't know. Well, is Junior gonna be battling?
That's actually a good question. So we can move on to the next piece, which is Jeromski and Twix from Massive Monkeys.
Okay.
Going against K-Mel and Prada G from Boogie Bats. So more big names.
Prodigy is pretty good. I haven't seen Prodigy in a minute though. It's been a while since I've seen Prodigy actually compete. But I think K-Mel, he's making his movements around. He's going around, and you're seeing him more at like the Olympic camps.
Yeah, for sure.
He's doing the what was it? The exhibition battles.
He getting involved for sure.
So yeah, so K-Mel is definitely moving around, and I think he's also trying to prep himself for this thing coming up. But it'd be interesting to see K-Mel try and do that move with Prodigy, like pull him out like a airport luggage.
Airport
luggage.
I don't know if the back can handle that airport luggage.
Hey, look. All I can say, if y'all see K-Mel pull up with any type of bag, just expect someone to pop out of that bag.
Beware of that bag.
That boy K-Mel gonna pull anyone out that bag.
Oh, man. I haven't seen Jerome. I don't know too much about Jeromski, but Twix. Man, like.
Twix is crazy.
Yeah, that man got energy.
How old is Twix? Actually, that's the question I don't know.
No clue.
I don't even know like what range like his age would be at this point.
I mean, gotta be late 40s.
Oh man, Twix, man, if you're hearing this, man, you look extremely young.
Extremely young for
I think you look like 29, like 32.
Yeah, that man looks strong too. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah, no, Twix look like he'd be going to the gym for sure. But he's prepped. I think he'll be ready.
So far, we've got 2 battles in. We're gonna move to the next one. Hong Ten versus Physics. Oh,
wait.
Hong Ten and Physics. Sorry.
Okay, Hong Ten and Physics.
Hong Ten and Physics versus Junior and Lilu.
Hong Ten, Physics, Junior, Lilu.
Hey man, some of these matchups are like crazy.
That's a good one, but I'm gonna have to put my money at Hong Ten and Physics. Physics is insane. I don't know if you saw that clip that was circulating with Physics like maybe like 3 years ago.
Which one?
Where he was
I know I think I know which one you're talking about, but there's a couple clips that I've seen of it and like they all kind of blow my mind.
Yeah.
So I'm like, it's crazy. Like,
yeah.
You know
hey,
what I'm saying?
props to you, Physics, man, because we love what you do, man. So
So the crazy thing about this one is you got 3 Red Bull BC1 winners in this.
Okay.
Right?
Which are Hong Ten, Lilu,
Junior one. Right?
Junior. Yeah, probably one of the. Actually, did he?
Did he? I thought he did, but maybe he was just an all-star.
He must have been like a finalist, like like sure. A couple of times at least. But I can't remember if he won or not.
You probably bring up a good point. I just know him from seeing a lot of the performances.
Yeah.
Like, big time.
He's one of the first people to ever do that levitating leg stuff. Like, he's probably the person that I've seen do it that's been so impactful to where now you're seeing millions of people around the world trying to do the plant.
There's some people that have made their whole account based on being able to do that.
Yeah, for sure.
It's kind of crazy.
Let me go test out some of these sound. All right, man. Where's my wow? Okay, there we go. That's what I was looking for, man.
He was looking for the wow.
Yeah, because I'm gonna need that later.
All right, moving on. We're gonna have next Flea Rock and Luigi from Skill Methods.
Flea Rock, Luigi,
Marlon and Palmer from Heavy Coral.
Marlon and Palmer. Not Jeremy and Palmer?
It says Marlon and Palmer on the site.
Huh. I thought it was Jeremy.
Look, you know what? That would make a lot of sense too.
And Palmer.
Because Jeremy been killing it a lot recently.
No, but I thought they had done a release where they said it was Jeremy. I mean, not to take a dig at the current, at the current bracket. I think Marlon's an excellent dancer, especially with what he did against what is it? A Ritual Warfare, the exhibition match, Marlon and Tails. That was a pretty cool battle.
Everybody was waiting to see that video.
But Marlon knew, like, Marlon has such a good battle tactic that it becomes almost impossible to, like, get around that if you don't know how to battle.
You can't get in his head the same way that he can get in other people's heads. Like this.
Hey, don't be shaking people's hands in a battle, man.
Yeah, for real.
That's all I can say. People trying to sling your arm around their body and
you be learning lessons.
Putting your arm in between their legs and
you be learning lessons in the middle of a battle if you're trying to do all that.
Yeah. So, but Marlon and Palmer against Luigi and Flea Rock. That's gonna be. I'm kind of leaning more towards Flea Rock.
Really?
I think Palmer is pretty good. Actually, I don't know. That's actually the closest one I've heard so far.
Yeah, Marlon and Palmer, dude.
Because what? Flea Rock. I think Flea Rock would be a good matchup against Marlon.
Okay, yeah.
And Luigi against Palmer. I think Palmer has a large arsenal to like combat almost anything that Luigi has, but Luigi, I mean, his creativity is like out of the world, but at the same time, I don't think his rounds are long enough to sustain, the winning lead within a particular round, if you know what I mean. But that might be it for me.
Palmer has like a way of using his attitude, the style, and certain like original pieces in a round so effectively. It's almost like he uses more than what you think the move should be able to provide for.
Yeah.
For the round.
And Palmer's been getting better too.
That's the crazy thing. It's like, man, you seeing these people come back into like, high notoriety again. It's not like they like really ever left, but you thought, it would taper off, and then it seems like they really performing at a high level continuously.
Yeah. So shout out to Palmer and Marlon.
That honestly sounds like it's gonna be a hype.
Yeah. And shout out to Luigi and Flea Rock. That's gonna be dope.
Talking about b-boys, that's gonna be a b-boy battle for real.
Yeah. Because Flea Rock can't do that. Do whatever he did to Sugar Kicks. Can't do that to Marlon. Like Marlon, I feel like Marlon's gonna know. Like, yo. Like,
everybody knows what's up.
I made the guns. That's gonna be Marlon's approach. Like
man,
for me,
man from Texas. Come on, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, Texas open carry.
Come on.
All right, next one.
Next one. Logistics and India. Registered under Queen Vision.
Wait, Logistics and India. Okay. Okay.
Versus Taisuke and Ami. They registered under Styleville Tudu. Styleville Tudu.
All right. Actually, I want to know who you think will win that battle first.
Taisuke's a legend.
Logistics.
Oh, man. He made a decision.
India. Logistics and India.
He made a decision. Hey, man. Taisuke.
Look, I'm going to say this. Logistics and India are going to win this. Why? Because they have been consistently on top of the game for 2023, 2022, 2021. They have been on top.
Ladies and gentlemen.
That's it.
Sweet P has made his decision. But I don't know, man.
That's it.
That's the decision? It's the hammer?
I know it's going to happen, man.
That's what's going to happen.
Look, y'all asking me these questions, right? And y'all asking me for a reason. Y'all asking me because I know what's going to happen. And I believe and know that India and Logistics are going to take it. Why? I haven't seen Taisuke in a minute. Taisuke, Taisuke, I love what you've done in the past. Phenomenal dancer.
Legend, dude. Legend.
I'm going to put this bread down. Phenomenal dancer. But, man, Taisuke hasn't been... I wouldn't say aging well. Like, I don't mean age-wise. But, I mean, like, in terms of his dance...
I haven't seen him in a while, so...
Well, it's not even that. It's just like... what I've seen him performance wise, like throughout time, it's been kind of looking less and less. But I mean, don't get me wrong, Taisuke, he's been a monster killer, and I love seeing him dance. He was actually one of my favorite dancers. But I mean, and Ami too. I mean, she's great.
The
she's,
Japanese
Ami's
duo,
great.
come on, man. That they gonna represent. I already know.
I don't know, bro. Logistics.
I mean,
India.
did not Ami just win?
Win what?
The B Girl BC1 finals?
This past year?
I think so. I think she won
You
again.
you might be right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel like it would. Man, she's
a BC1
this is gonna be so It's gonna be so controversial for me to say it, and I don't want y'all to cancel me. But I want y'all to cancel me because I'm gonna say it. But Taisuke is pretty much gonna turn this to a 1 versus 2 battle. Meaning Taisuke, I don't think he's gonna be in a competition. I think it's gonna be Ami versus.
Wow! Do you hear what this man is saying?
It's gonna be Ami and Logistics.
Do you hear what this man is saying right now?
Actually, not Ami. It's gonna be Logistics and India versus Ami.
Oh my goodness! I cannot believe you just said that. Nah. You need to put that other one. I can't believe you. Put that wow.
that will come later, but
hey man, I don't know. Hey, y'all need to fire this man up in the comments. What do you think about this?
Fire me up. He's promoting y'all to cancel me.
Hey,
look,
cancel this man.
Look, man. Look.
I think that's gonna be
cancel the host.
I think it's gonna be a very good and level battle because one thing you think about Taisuke is like he competed at the highest level of B-boys. Not saying that women can't step it up, but at the same time, B-girls have been getting better and better throughout the years. But at the same time, like there's still a bit of a gap between the athleticism of the boys.
So what are you trying to say? You trying to say the B-girls aren't as good as the boys?
I'm just saying.
Are you kind of denying the transgender Sunday? Easter Sunday is transgender day.
Hey, man.
Are you trying not?
You need to take the big old ugly glasses off. You trying to see into the future with the things.
I'm just trying to understand what you're trying to say to me right now. It sounds like you hating on the women.
I'm trying to say.
And the ladies.
I'm trying to say.
Look, guys, I think y'all need to cancel this man.
See, look. I'm trying to say that Taisuke has performed at such a high level. That the level that he's at right now might be just in that same range, like to be able to compete on a level that with these competitors. So like Logistics in India going against Taisuke and Ami, like I think that's going to be a pretty level battle.
Logistics and Ami versus India. No, the Logistics and India versus Ami. Yeah,
and Taisuke. I think it's
I don't know, bro. But Red Bull did post a quick clip that had India and Logistics rounds and stuff like that, and then they showed rounds from Taisuke and Ami. Ami, I mean, from the clip that I saw, it looked like Ami's rounds were way stronger than Taisuke's. And I mean, you could pull these clips from any time.
I'm gonna have to go check that out.
Yeah, I mean,
for me,
but these
Taisuke was an execution.
Well, but here's what I'm saying: the clips could be pulled from any time, in history. But what I'm saying is that progressively, as we've been, as history passes, I mean, you're not seeing Taisuke improve. Like I think his peak was back in 2014?
You might not be wrong.
2012?
You might not be wrong.
I think so. So I mean, it's not to take a hate or dig, but that's kind of how I'm looking at it from like a statistics point.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I got to give some props to Logistics. Like she been killing it.
All right, next one.
All right, now this is basically the last battle that's set, right?
Okay.
And this is Victor and El Nino representing Squadron versus Alvin and Lil G.
Alvin and Lil G. Alvin's
not ringing the bell right now. I'm gonna be honest.
Alvin, he also does power.
Okay.
He's been to Houston a couple of times. He's been here in Texas.
Okay.
And Lil G. I've seen some good stuff from him this upcoming year. So I can't wait to see that. Hopefully he'll be as strong as he is in some of the footage that I've seen. El Nino and Victor.
I have a decision.
And me and Zeko already beat y'all, so I don't know. Like me and Zeko already beat y'all, so I'm gonna just
Hey.
say like
The pot has been stirred.
I think it's gonna go the other way. And no, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I think nah, because definitely I think it's. I mean, it's you can't even compare. I think Victor and El Nino are gonna take it.
I think so too.
Yeah.
I can't.
I'm giving y'all a hard time. Look, it's just a joke. Y'all take the joke, absorb it, sit with it, let it maturate,
Tell
and
him,
then y'all talk.
Tell him what you told me. You put him in the pot. And he stirred it up.
I guess I did stir it up. I mean, this is a hot pot, so I mean, we're supposed to stir it up, right? So,
Wow. Oh wow. But in this matchup, I think we both agreeing that Victor being at the top of his game, being at the top of the basically Olympic standings right now.
yeah.
And El Nino, I mean, he's been battling pretty much the whole Pro Breaking Tour. I think like he's been traveling around doing a lot of stuff this year. So they've been battling at the top of their game for a consistent minute, and right now they're still at the top of their game. Lil G, the last few times I've seen him, there's some inconsistencies with execution. So I still think he's going to be able to perform at that high level, but you kind of don't know if you're in for a miss on something or not, right? So I'm kind of like, I'm waiting to see his exciting explosive moves, because he's done some stuff that nobody's ever done before, and people are still looking at to this day like, whoa, that's
Who you talking about, Lil G?
Yeah, Lil G. But
yeah, it's just his execution. That's a big problem. Like, I think it's been a consistent problem, and I think he's worked on it, and I think he's noticed that is a big issue that he has with his style. A lot of his moves are too risky for him to like consistently hit them. But I think Lil G would come through in this particular battle. So it's Lil G and who else? Alvin. Alvin actually comes through too. He's a pretty consistent powerhead, I think. But when you're going against Victor, which is like an all-around, high status breaker. And I think the same thing is true with El Nino, but El Nino has most of his stats on his power moves. So it's I mean, I think what is it? I think Lil G and Alvin might lose out due to the edge that Victor and El Nino have on some of the other surrounding qualities that they have about their dance. But that's what it is. But yeah, I mean, these guys, they can beat anyone. Like, I think El Nino and Victor can beat anyone. So that matchup is really hard to beat.
Yeah, when they've been proving themselves at all these different jams, like you can't really take that away from them.
Yeah.
And then looking at the last piece of the bracket, there's 3 open spots that will be determined by prelims. So if you're gonna be out in Seattle, do your thing. But the last group that's actually on the bracket is Stripes and Minnow. So they're going to be battling somebody that's going to get through prelims, right?
Yeah.
And you don't even know. They might actually, maybe not the hardest, but they might have the second hardest matchup. Because if you think about it, if somebody went through prelims, traveled out there, all this hype, all these different b-boys that might come up, if they got through prelims and they did, number 1 seed from the prelims, they might actually be some of the hardest people to be joining the bracket.
But I think those people are typically at the disadvantage, like, because I have to still go through prelim, and that means I can't hold back. Like, during my prelim round, I'm gonna have to go as hard as I can, and that could lead to some injuries. And I think at the same time that could lead to some tweaks to where I don't feel 100% going into the next round. And now I have to compete against these people who are fresh off of the dance floor. They haven't, they haven't had to do too much movement. All they had to do was warm up and get their session on the entire day.
So you think like, is it like a you're too tired, or you use some moves? Like, I feel like there's a couple of different things in there about having to go through prelims versus not having to go through prelims. So what do you think the bigger problem potentially is? Not being able to use certain moves because you went all out in prelim, or do you reuse them? Or I guess go ahead.
Well, no, but I was just going on to that same point. I think it is a little bit of like, I can't use the same move, but realistically, you should be able to use the same moves you used in prelim in the top 16 bracket or in a bracket, because that was just to see, like, look, I can qualify.
Yeah.
Now that I can qualify, all right, let me get this move out the way again.
Mm-hmm.
Or, or I think it should like at least go within that, particular direction.
You should be able to use it in the bracket somewhere.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I think it's not even only that, because sometimes they'll do like a prelim, and this is what I don't know. This is the uncertainty, but sometimes they'll run a prelim, and then directly after the prelim they'll run bracket. So it's like, wait, I didn't even really get to like sit down, think of what I wanted to do. How do I want to prep? And sometimes I'm tired, so it's just like I gotta do my rounds. Then I watch these people go, and then I go back out again, which is it's not necessarily the best.
Yeah.
But so I think you're at a disadvantage if you got to go through the prelim. But some people, I mean, they make it pretty far. So I'm hoping to see someone good land those last 2 spots. It might be me. Might be me and Jeffro. Might be me and I don't know.
Come on, you gonna fly out there? Come on,
yeah,
then.
We might.
Come on, then, my
we
boy.
Think about it.
Come on, then, my boy.
We're thinking about it. Yeah,
Look, if you're gonna go through them prelims, you gotta be a warrior. That's all I know.
Yeah, seriously.
Gotta be battle ready.
All right. Well, that's a pretty good bracket. I'm looking forward to it. And also they say Jacoy.
Oh, Joe Coy.
Yeah, Jacoy is gonna be emceeing the event. So
which, it's crazy because he mentions a lot of his dance and b-boying experience, I guess. And,
right.
Some of the interviews and some of his comedy, big comedy guy, right? So to kind of have a figure that has some reach in some other worlds and some I guess larger appeal aside from his breaking experience, kind of be there and attracting those types of people, but also be true to the culture and be a person that understands what's going on. Being out there from the West Coast, I think that's gonna be cool. So gonna be good to hear his take on a lot of these things and get to see him in this type of light.
All right, so I like what I'm hearing. Can't wait to see it. April 6th, so tune in that weekend. And we also have another event coming up as well. And it's not really an event that's coming up, but something else that we wanted to mention was a schedule for the Pro Breaking Tour. That's coming up. Saw B-Boy City on the list again. Saw my man Romeo. And also saw Cross on there as well. Roger, he should be hosting that with Romeo. So looking forward to that. That's going to be early to late August. So late August, early September.
Yeah. You got it right on the money.
Yeah.
August 31st and to September 1st.
Mm-hmm.
That whole weekend, actually. So
I don't know. Maybe they might have the HotPot there. Maybe.
Will they?
Maybe. Looking forward to it. Definitely need to talk to Romeo about it. I don't know why we haven't, but I mean, we're doing something in Texas, so we should try and, push this media outlet as far as we can.
Texas on Texas.
So actually another thing would be interesting to see is if they bring out some more episodes of the tour talks that Cross has been talking about. I know that they have posted some content, at least to some of the knowledge that he's told me, but I haven't personally seen any of them. But I just want to see him because I know Cross got something good.
Well, when you got a figure that big and is putting on these different events, you kind of want to hear more about the ins and outs.
Yeah.
The tour has several dates on it. It seems
what's next?
Man, they got Atlanta on the tour. Youth Breaking Championship is going to be there. They've got, and that's in April 27th. They got some stuff going down in May 25th through the 27th in Seattle, Massive Monkeys Day, 25th anniversary. June 2nd, they're going to be in New York. June 15th, they're going to be in Chicago. July 14th, they're going to be in Boston with the United Styles 2024 Jam. August 2nd, they're going to be in South Carolina. So they are all over the country, man. Silverback International. So that's going to be pretty crazy. Silverback, man, putting the name back on the map. Again, B-Boy City, going to be in August 31st, September 1st in Austin, Texas. So come out. That's going to be crazy. Yeah, let's go. In October, apparently they're going to have a date in Miami, but that's still TBA right now. They're going to be in Las Vegas in October. Still got a little bit of information, I guess, to wrap up on there. And then last but not least, and actually might be the most important date on Pro Breaking Tour schedule. Freestyle Session World Finals, again, for 2024 on November 15th through the 17th in LA.
In LA. Wow. Okay. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it. Can't wait to see it.
For real. Some of y'all don't know, what jams might be coming up. So this is your little PSA.
Yeah.
Put that on your schedule.
To get active. So also we have some other upcoming events, the ones that will be happening here in Texas. So next weekend, next weekend is going to be obviously the Lords of the Floor event. Then 2 weekends after that is going to be the event that Wicked is throwing.
Oh,
with Rudy Rex, the university.
Does that drop the beat?
Yeah.
Yeah, drop the beat. Hey, university's getting active.
University's
Texas
getting
State.
active, man. So y'all go check it out.
I think that's the 20th.
Yes. Yeah, the 20th. So that should be an interesting weekend. And I think they're only running a 2v2 category. But I think there's going to be an exhibition between the schools as well.
Yeah.
So,
that was exciting to hear about. I was like, oh, snap.
We're bringing it to university level, man.
Hey, man, university's about to chip in.
Yeah, so that'll be something to look forward to. And then following after that, we'll have the Ether coming up.
The Ether.
And a lot of people...
Come on.
You guys have been wondering about it. And
man, where's Rad been at? We y'all doing something?
Rad is throwing a Rad Tour this year, and this is going to be the first installment of the Rad Tour, and it's going to have 3 consecutive events throughout the year.
Dang.
Beginning with Ether, and we're going with a 1v1 player type video game style.
If y'all ain't seen the flyer by now, y'all need to check out that flyer. That's too nice.
Yeah, so we're going to have a 1v1 knockout edition for Ether this year, and it's going to lead into a 7 to Smoke style format bracket. And from that, I mean, you'll have 3 stocks and you're out, man. Don't lose your 3 stocks. But pretty much dancer will be pitted up against each other. And if you lose 3 times, then you're out of the bracket. Or if you score the least amount of points, then you also get chopped off. So now it'll lead up into the top 4 or so.
Yeah.
And from there, they'll battle out to see who will become number 1. And we have a special bonus at the end of that. So be sure y'all check it out, because this is going to be an amazing event. It's going to be crazy, because this is the first time anyone's ever done something like this. And I think we're pushing the envelope in terms of innovation for dance. So
new bracket style, man. That's gonna be crazy.
Yeah.
We seen the 7 to Smoke. We ain't seen this knockout.
Oh man, this knockout is gonna be crazy. So I think a lot of people, they've seen and they're used to doing the 7 to Smoke thing, and they kind of could become like tedious or endless. But with this one, you got your tokens, man, and you got to use your points in order to like continue to stay in the game. But at the end of it, you can exchange your points for cash. So definitely try and have the highest score.
You saying if somebody battles and they win, right, they get a little bit more points. That mean they got a little bit more money?
That's right. A little bit more money.
Amen.
In that pocket, man. So
money in your pocket.
Yeah, so this is gonna be interesting to see.
This is actually in last note on this, but I don't know if there's been too many battles where like a single battle is directly putting, like, a single like round, whether or not you win, is putting money in your pocket in that way. Like, you have to usually go through a prelim, you have to go through a couple of brackets, and you have to get to at least the top 4 to even place to get any sort of cash.
Yeah.
Like, if you win the game and you keep your lives, like, that's it. Like,
yeah, like it's crazy because you really don't want to lose. Like, you really want to try and keep your score up, man. So keep your high score as high as possible. Actually, score the highest score, man, and that's how you win the game. And you get to do the boss battle at the end. So that's pretty much the whole format of this whole thing. It's gonna be a new product to market, I guess.
Turning breaking into an arcade.
Yeah. So next thing, later on July, we're gonna have Fitbreak Breaking Championship, and that's going to be at the American Fitness Expo coming up.
Houston, Texas.
So that's also something that you want to check out, and I believe it's going to be a 2v2 footwork battle.
Yeah,
so
footwork, man.
I want to do this one. This one, I wish I could enter. Like if I could enter, like I've been working on my footwork, man. I think y'all gonna like what I got, man. I think y'all really do.
He's talking himself up right now. Look
man.
what he's doing.
So I can't wait.
Hey,
I can't wait.
How's that arm doing?
Arms are doing a lot better, man.
Good.
Just an update. I'm supposed to get an MRI done, and hopefully all the nerves are in place. I've been doing some nerve flossing, and things are hopefully where they should be, and
man,
all the
healthy.
strength. Yeah,
Stay
all the strength should be in my arms. So hopefully, then following, we have the first official, the daddiest of the HotPot Breaking Games.
HotPot Breaking Games. What? Wait. Pause. You used that sound effect?
Yeah, because it's sexy,
Hey,
man.
man. It's sick. Okay.
Yeah, the HotPot
Hey, y'all
Breaking
need
Games.
to talk to this man. Why are you using this sound
Look,
effect?
you see, we do something different, man. You don't know what we be on.
Wow.
But the HotPot Breaking Games is pretty much our offer, our product into the breaking space before the 2024 Paris Olympic Games. And it's a spin from that, but it's going to be here in Austin, Texas.
Austin, Texas, come on.
So come out. It's going to be the last weekend of July. So July 26th to the 27th. Yeah, a lot of people have been hitting me up about this, but there's going to be a lot of things like raffles, what else? Prize money. There's everything. It's going to have everything that you want in a jam all in one place.
A little interaction.
Yeah, so I can't wait for it. We got some merch drop too.
Hey, bring your A to the A.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on. Hey, y'all know this, man. It's Austin, Texas. Come on. Hey. Austin.
Bring your A today.
Exactly. Hey, I'm gonna put that on a t-shirt. Come on.
All right, so I mean, we have something else. What else want to bring up? Is that everything on the list?
Nah, man, we gotta talk about that piece of tan you wearing over there.
Oh man, so like, look, I'm gonna show y'all. Like,
stand up for the people. Ooh, look at that. The man looking fresh. That's all I can say. Make sure you get it. He got the tan slides on. He got the socks. The man got the tan shorts on. Hey, floss on him.
new merch.
Ooh, and he got the nice little gold chain just to kind of cap it off.
There's a new merch on the HotPot website. Check out the hotpotstudio.com, and you'll be able to find all of our episodes, merch, news, updates, and you'll also be able to subscribe to our weekly newsletter. Which is somewhat non-existent, but it's existent.
Hey, we trying to provide some good stuff for y'all, man. But
yeah, it's present. It's available. It's quality. It's premium quality, man.
That thing nice, man.
I made this with my own hands, so I hope you guys really love it.
Nah, if it was made with your own hands.
I made it with my own hands in the backyard.
Hey, no, but that shirt is nice. Like, when I tried it on, it was sick.
So I bought two myself. So I bought this one, and there's a cameo one. It's a red type of color, vintagey color, but same style. And I really can't wait for that one to come out because I mean, whenever that one comes in, I think go with the socks. So yeah, y'all check out the website. You won't be disappointed. There is more than enough merch for everyone on earth. So y'all just make sure y'all just hit that buy button, and I mean, it'll be right at your doorstep.
Hey, man, I think this is one of the most stylish ones you had yet.
Hey, come on.
That's definitely about to be a Saturday wear.
No, we try to make this one a little bit more inclusive, Gotta feed the scene with this one. So
feed the scene.
Yeah.
Hey, that thing's too nice. Which actually leads me to my next question.
All right.
Fashion at a jam. Are we even talking about what people wear to some of these jams? It feels like the level of awareness of how you're going to be seen on the dance floor has been going up.
I want to see what you think about wearing jeans and dancing.
I haven't seen this in quite a bit actually. Now that you say it,
What
like
do you
there's
think
been a
about?
few.
Yeah, what do you think about jeans and dancing?
You
Like
know the
jeans.
crazy thing is, I used to wear jeans like every day of my life, and sometimes I would even go home and I would just fall asleep at what I had on, and I didn't even give a care in the world. I wasn't hot or nothing, and I used to break in jeans. Like I used to like in high school.
Really?
Sometimes I would break in jeans.
I do vividly remember you breaking in jeans, but
You know, you gotta have them
I don't.
stretchies.
Yeah, I mean, some of you people look like y'all straight up jumping out of construction sites or farming. like these jeans, man, are not supposed to be used in the way that you guys are
Hey,
using them.
anytime, any place.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess there is a place for it. Because breaking is so like multifaceted when it comes to fashion. Because some people will come in with streetwear, or they'll come in with activewear, and I mean, people have the full suit,
Yeah.
jumpsuit, windbreaker, or they'll have like jeans and the jacket, cut off sleeves and whatnot, and and I think there's a lot of opportunity there to like market it to a broader industry, like when it comes to fashion. I think there will be a lot of sponsors like from the apparel side of things to want to come into the space and promote their product line, essentially. And there's a lot of opportunity there. So I don't know, but sometimes when I see y'all come out with tank tops, man, and jeans, I'm like, man, I don't know if this is the best style to dance in, but
Hey man, Crumbs, I see Crumbs dancing. I'm like, yo,
Crumbs look like, man, I don't even know.
look tight too. I ain't gonna lie.
Man, this man Crumbs, man, I've never seen someone dance so confident in jeans. Like
Dom Key too. I think Dom Key I saw dancing jeans.
I think actually when you say it, I think I've seen it now.
Yeah.
Like donkey jeans. But I mean, I used to have a friend. Actually, this is like also in high school, but on my dance team at the time, like we had like one of my seniors when I was like a sophomore, freshman. This man wore like the baggiest jeans. He only danced in jeans, like, and he's doing 2000s and stuff like that. And
Did it actually look alright?
No, he had the cleanest 2000s on the entire team I've ever seen, hands down. But it's just like what are you guys trying to accomplish with these jeans? Like,
I ain't gonna lie, baggy
some people
clothes. I can't do baggy clothes.
Some people make it happen. Some people make it happen.
It messes how like my legs feel when I'm moving around. It's crazy. But you know what I haven't seen, and actually would be interesting to see, is you got all these streetwear kind of looks, right? But I think a lot of the streetwear looks that have been kind of put on the dance floor have been surrounded, or have been in the space of like activewear, streetwear, right? Like activewear.
Wait, what do you mean?
So like, you know how Nike, they're kind of the pinnacle of like streetwear or activewear, right? So
yeah,
like, they have a lot of gear that is specifically for being active, but then they also have a few lines, like product lines, where it's streetwear.
Okay.
But it's still kind of an like active adjacent type of thing. So they'll have these, dope shirts with crazy designs, maybe some pants that have like a different type of material, but they're meant to be streetwear type of clothes.
Yeah.
So I've been seeing a lot of that, but what I haven't seen is like designer jeans.
Designer jeans. Some Dior.
I gotta see some
Gucci.
Yeah.
If I see people dancing Gucci,
some chrome hearts.
But I mean, like
on the floor.
I mean, us and like the crew Rad, like we've been, dancing in Yeezys and like kind of been like making a move with that. Yeah, or off whites.
Oh man, I ain't gonna lie.
Like high $100 shoes.
This was years ago, but when I saw y'all starting to dance in some of those like crazy shit, like everybody has like the shoes that they practice in, right? Or the shoes that they break in. And I know for a lot of people, those shoes end up being the shoes that they perform in too.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like, okay, these are shoes that are just most comfortable for breaking or whatever. But then you walk into the jam and people dancing in some J's and some Yeezys and some multiple $100 shoes.
Yeah, you walk into the gym, people dressed up in off-white, Dior.
Like, yo, like, bro, you dropped the bag on that and then decided to like scuff them up intentionally? Come on.
I gotta look fresh when I'm dancing. People, I can't let the drip go away.
But I ain't gonna lie, man. I think people noticed and started to notice. Because,
and you've seen people started, mimicking that behavior too.
I mean, like I said, the style awareness, I think, it's been there, but like obviously there was different styles way back in the day, but there seemed to be this kind of lull where nobody was really caring about exactly what they was wearing, and now like the awareness just seemed to be a lot higher. Like you see people with their jam outfits changing from prelim to the bracket. They'll have a different set on or a different shirt or something like that. Like it's definitely coming.
What do you think about like matching shirts, Jam? Like if you're doing a crew battle and the whole crew have like matching clothes.
Depending on what it is, it kind of feels corny. Like I know a lot of people kind of. I'm not trying to say this as like a cop out, but like the times where I've seen it,
yeah,
it is really close to being corny.
I think so too.
Like you
I think
have
it comes
to pull it
across
off.
that, yeah.
You have to pull it off right, and I think there's times where it is pulled off right. Like, they had youth battles at B-Girl City this year, right?
Okay.
Like, No Breaks had some dope shirts that they had for the whole kids and the whole staff and everything like that. And it looked tight. They looked like they was representing on a level that some of the other kids and some of the other schools weren't representing on. So it can be very dope. But I don't know. Like I've just seen a few times in B-Boy City where I'm like, I'm not trying to.
So now that brings me to this. You guys coming into the battles with elbow pad, knee pads, and helmets, like just got off of a bicycle. I don't think this is the best way to showcase those in terms of apparel. I think you look underdeveloped.
Oh man, come
style wise. I'm just only speaking on style. I'm not saying you can't do it. You could go ahead. You could do whatever.
They trying to protect their bodies, man. They trying to protect their bodies.
I mean, come on, like you coming in with a head, like with a full helmet, like motorcycle size helmet, and like these big A knee pads and elbow pads, like. I hate
like you in the X Games.
Like yeah, like I understand like having safety and like trying to like take care of your body and whatnot. So I think that might be more of an issue with apparel and breaking. Maybe we need to come out with something that is more catering towards dancers of the sport of breaking, but it's just
they do have those sleeves now. Like
yeah, but it's just look like it just don't fit the part. Like when you come into a battle and then someone look like they just hop off of a bicycle with like training wheels on. It's just like it's just that's what it looks like. And I'm not here to say like, oh man, y'all trash. But I'm just saying this is what the look of it looks like.
All right, so what are the Sweet Pea style tips for being fresh in a battle?
Oh man, so you have to do something that's low key but stands out. Like for me, what I like to do sometimes is like I'll wear like I have a full uniform color scheme going on, but I'll have like the bright shoes, you see? But it draws your attention to the feet, but the rest of the body, you're like, oh dang, like actually this is kind of dope because this man's style actually stick out. Or I mean, depending on the type of time it is, you can wear yourself a little HotPot merch at the same time, because that's definitely gonna make you win. And then you can
that's
go
at least
ahead
one vote. That's at least one judge's vote.
Yeah,
like, you just gotta get the other two.
And I mean, you can pair that up with anything, with jeans, jeans and elbow pads, knee pads.
Hey, you heard it here first. HotPot
jeans, elbow pads, helmets. You can wear that with a HotPot shirt.
Make anything fresh.
It don't matter. You will win. Like I guarantee you. Like for real. Like it just happens. Like I did
That's just what
not
it
so
is.
long ago.
That's just what it is.
But yeah, I mean, just more on a serious note, I would say, I don't know. I like and this is completely subjective to anyone's preference on style, but I mean, I like baggy pants. So whenever I like to battle, I like to wear something baggy, not something like super tight, like skinny jean fashion, like
even at the ankles, baggy.
Like yeah, even at the ankles. And like I get tired of kind of seeing joggers, to be honest. Like it kind of looked like sleeping clothes, like pajamas in a way for me. Like that's why I've been trying to take a stance away from it, because of like what it looks like in terms of like a style. Like it doesn't like exude the appearance of someone who's like 100% like, like I want to try something new. Like it's just like, oh, I just want to throw these back on and I don't know. That's it just wasn't looking professional to me.
Becoming stale to you.
Yeah. So I mean, it was something I did in high school.
We didn't have joggers.
Well, I know, yeah, but it was something I did in high school, wore joggers and whatnot. But I mean, I feel like it's became this like new norm of like fashion to like, oh, let me just wear joggers to everything, joggers to battle in, and it just looked like you're wearing pajama clothes on sometimes to me.
At least they ain't wearing that old raggedy T-shirt.
Which one?
Whichever one is in their closet. That raggedy T-shirt.
I don't know, man. Sometimes people just ain't serious.
You got pit stains in there.
Yeah, but I mean, so in this new era of dancing, I think in the past, the style, like in terms of like what you were rocking, I mean, way back when breaking first started, like, yeah, people would come up fresh. And then I think there was a void period of people were like, I don't care what I'm wearing, I'm just going to do the craziest thing. But now I think we're kind of going back into this era where it's like style, but now you have to do the craziest thing with that style. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of like a mixture with the two things conjoined together. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, yeah, it's a new level of performance, and I think it might have an even larger impact in terms of the voting behavior from judges. And if a judge just don't think you look good, then I think they're way more likely to vote against you, because this is all subjective. And I mean, breaking is an art as well, so people like to see style. How do you pair your colors with style, and like your fabrics with different colors? Like it all kind of has to like make sense. Yeah, 100%. Because like, how likely are you to vote for someone who look like they got like oil stains from like changing a vehicle transmission, and like they got jeans with like a rip that goes all the way up to the kneecap on one leg, and the shoes are busted up, versus
hey, all of that sounds like he's standing out to me.
See, this is why this is why we have problems in breaking.
Hey,
we need to have standards.
That man sound like he came in from a hard day's work and said, I'm gonna win this tournament today.
That's exactly what I think breaking isn't like trying to look like. Like we're trying to move forward. We're trying to progress. We're not trying to have it just look like, oh, I just fall into this sometime.
Nah, you gotta put in deodorant, but
some people do.
What do you mean some people? Everybody gonna see it. Wait, hold up, pause. Everybody.
No, I'm not speaking for me. I'm saying some people do and some people don't. The people who will win will be the ones who use deodorant. Now, I'm not saying like, I'm not promoting any type of deodorant brand.
No, look. But your chances go up.
But that falls in line with style. I think the deodorant hygiene. Like it's all hygiene. You're more likely to shake someone's hand who looks clean than someone who looks like they got snot and like a whole bunch of different debris on their hand.
Facts. And if somebody looks fresh and you like how they look, you might be more likely to vote on them.
Of course. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's laws of attraction. Like, people like what they see with their eyes. So it's like, oh man, this person looks so good. Closer. And I think it even like just in terms of attractiveness, like people just based off they'll vote on who they think is more attractive too. Like, I think it's an even lower level of consciousness that a lot of people, bring out these behaviors in their voting pattern, where they're like, oh, I don't know why I voted for you, but I voted for you because, and they don't. I think sometimes like they don't know.
That they have.
Yeah, I just think they don't know, but they'll say like, I just voted in your direction, but I believe that a lot of them are tied to like some of those preference, where it comes to hygiene, where it comes to style, where it comes to how easy on the eyes you are.
The impression that you make.
So right, it's a lot of these things.
Dancing. The impression that you make before you even start dancing, like you were saying with style. Dang.
Yeah.
You think these people making good first impressions? I hope so.
I'm rambling.
Nah, you good, my boy.
But let's see what else we have on calendar that we're gonna cover.
I was talking about music earlier.
Oh, that is another one that we need to mention. So a lot of y'all gotta know this. J. Cole came out with a diss, and
was it J. Cole or was it K. Dot?
It was actually not J. Cole. It was Kendrick. And Kendrick came out with a diss, and a lot of people are on the side that Kendrick is,
Going off.
yeah.
Like, great.
So, what do you think? Well, actually, what do you think? Have you heard any of it?
I've heard it several times. I've listened to it several times. And every
The
time
diss?
it gets better and better. I don't.
Are you keeping Kendrick?
Yeah, with Kendrick, like, I haven't listened to his stuff in a minute. It's been a little while. I still like his music.
Yeah.
The funny thing is, you see J. Cole kind of starting to do more collaborations with more rappers now.
Yeah.
And everybody's kind of like hyping him up. He's still kind of doing his thing. The funny thing is, everybody got shocked about this and this song that came out. All that stuff went over my head. I had to have some dude on a YouTube video explain that stuff to me, right? But once you kind of get into what the lyrics mean, how they connect with some of these other songs, some of these other mentions, some of these references that they have in there, right? You're starting to see how dense the writing is in the diss track, and how dense the verse is with all these little mentions. And you starting to think, like, the more you listen to it, the more you start connecting these dots. You like, man, it's actually kind of hard. Like, that's kind of crazy.
I'll just say it now. Kendrick did not impress me.
Wow. You lying.
His delivery was horrible.
Wow.
I didn't think that this was that good. I think J. Cole is better than Kendrick. J. Cole came out with the most solos, no features in history. Kendrick, not so much.
Dang.
Kendrick lost.
Dang. Damn. Hey, there's not even a response yet. I'm gonna say Kendrick lost. Dang.
Kendrick can't fight.
I mean,
I bet you J. Cole could beat Kendrick in a fight. I think J. Cole gonna beat Kendrick in a basketball game. I think
facts. Actually, that's facts. That man on a team.
I think too many people ride in Kendrick instead of actually listening to J. Cole.
Oh my goodness.
I said too much. But where's the lie? Who has more classics? J. Cole.
I don't know. That's a close one for me.
Who got more bars? Well, that one's an easy one. That's J. Cole.
Wow. Yo, hey, we might have to pull up the files on this
man.
one, man. I don't know if you nobody said, oh, that's an easy one.
I don't know, man. Look, obviously I'm saying a lot of this stuff for fun, but y'all let us know who y'all think is better. Do y'all think that this was actually that good? I think it was a little bit hyperbolized. I think
man, he said they ain't no big three. It's just big me. Come on.
But I feel like for Kendrick to get his relevancy in the scene of like rapping and music, he always ties himself to someone else who's doing really good. Like this happened earlier with Drake back in 12, right? When Drake was blowing up, Kendrick came out against Drake. And then he came out against, who was it? Most recently, before this. Was it Drake again? I don't
know.
I thought it was against someone else. And then now, again, it's coming out.
I will say Kendrick kind of, to me, has a relevancy problem.
Yeah.
Because he disappeared for a while, and I think people put him on this path. I don't even think he really understood it or even really, dare I say, I think I saw an interview where he kind of had like a hint of imposter syndrome.
Yeah.
Where it's like, sure, he's doing all these great things, and like nobody's saying he's not great, but at the same time, the level at which people believe that he's that great, it kind of, like, he stepped up to it. He performed and made shows that were incredible. Like,
artistically, Kendrick is great at what he does. Yeah.
So
there's no taking that away from him.
100%. And the shows that he's put on, like crazy imagery, right? There's a lot of things that he's done that actually puts him up there. But at the same time, it's like, there's some things I'm like, man, people are holding him up here, not necessarily him demanding that he's up here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a lot of the K-Dot stands kind of keep
I think it'd be fair to say someone can hold Kendrick to the same standard that they hold Kanye. He's a great artist, but in terms of rapping, I mean, I think he's a better rapper than Kanye. Don't get me wrong. Kendrick, I think he's got some bars, but I don't think he's the best rapper. And I know that's extremely controversial, but I got to stick with what I got to say. I think J. Cole has better bars, realistically, than Kendrick. I think J. Cole's a lot quicker when it comes to responsive. Kendrick, I don't know why it's escaping me, but I remember Kendrick had a beef with someone, but then it's like, how do you have a beef with someone, then maybe like 4 years passes, and then now you drop your response to it, and you're like, bro, like, you know, I'm done with the beef. I already started a family and have a wife and kids. Like, like there ain't nothing else for me to talk about. I said my diss 4 years ago or whatever. But I think I don't think he has a problem with being relevant, because every time he drops something, all right, cool, I have something to listen to. But if people are gonna try and like hold him to a hierarchy rappers list or something like that, I feel like Kendrick always has to compare himself to someone else who is great in order to like bring relevancy to his name, which in turn make him seem as though he's great too.
And I'm. Did he just lay down a dissertation? Yes, he did.
Yeah, that was sexy too.
Smart. That sounded smart.
Sexy. Yeah, you know, I can tell I went to school.
Shut up. Shut up.
I can tell I went to school, man.
Oh my God.
I mean, but what do you think? Do you think do you kind of agree with some of those points or no? And why?
Yeah, I think you bring up a huge point about the attachment to someone else, because even when he like was blowing up, there was a lot of names, I think, that were able to kind of raise the level of what people thought about Kendrick, because other people thought these things about Kendrick. Kind of like when you get in a cosign and people seeing the cosign means, oh yeah, I'm gonna just believe in and kind of sign on to this thing too.
Yeah.
And I think he has so many cosigns that people were just kind of riding with everything that he was doing, to the point where somebody else that doesn't have these cosigns that are still able to be like crazy lyrically, storyteller, you know, putting out crazy albums and kind of have a meeting to the whole community and stuff like that. They don't get looked at exactly the same way. And to your point, J. Cole, his whole thing with the no features thing, right? Like, for him to climb that ladder to be a producer for some of the biggest stars ever, right?
Yeah.
I mean, obviously both of them formed their own label and got
right,
signed.
Right, went independent. And
yeah. So I mean, they up there. I don't think anybody's arguing.
And that was the thing, that like J. Cole's whole thing was to come up like as an independent, come up as a soloist, no features.
And Kendrick had so many cosigns.
He had so many, and you know, I think that brought him up in, you know, in stardom, and of course I think that's gonna help anyone's name circulate in the name or space of relevancy. But like J. Cole did that on his own. Kendrick, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing to do it with other people. In fact, I think that's the most efficient way to do it. But he's only as good as he is because the multiple features, and of course there's talent there as well. Kendrick has his own talent, but I mean, with the numerous sign-offs that he had from other people, and you know, and the continuous or the consistent correlation of him comparing himself to those who are, you know, at the top of the charts, I think proves everything. But yeah, I think I just love J. Cole's bars way more.
Comparisons are the killer.
Like, and I think sometimes when I listen to Kendrick, a lot of his bars or like his speech pattern, it's just the way that his cadence, like with speaking, like it's very monotone, it's very stable, it's very, you know, same flat line. Like when he does his deliveries, where he does everything, you know. You're like, I am the prodigal. I am the like that. That's Kendrick.
Oh
Now,
snap! Where? Who's
nah,
this?
but when you
Who's
listen
this on the
to
mic?
when you listen to J. Cole, there's a lot of like there's a sinusoidal like type of anticipation to see what's gonna happen next. Like you
Can I
see,
tell
there's
you
peaks
went
and
to school?
lows.
You went to school, huh?
Yeah, I went to
You
school.
went to math class?
Yeah, I went
He
to
went to math class.
calculus 3. You know, I took trigonometry and
But yeah, I like Kendrick's rapping. I like the style that he's been able to put together. I think
Yeah.
people recognize the style, and I think there's a couple of video jokes about the headaches that he puts his engineer through to make the sounds and to make his voice sound the way it does. But honestly, all of that is a style. All of that is kind of a staple of his, and I do like it.
Yeah.
But for me, I think the biggest thing that Kendrick has had an impact on for me is like he's a storyteller. He's been able to tell certain stories with his rhymes and kind of have a subliminal message that kind of makes you want to listen to it again.
All right. No, my bad. My bad. Go ahead. My mind is going somewhere else right now. But
where are you going?
All right, fine.
Where you going? Go ahead.
What's your favorite Kendrick song?
It was the one where he did the 3 perspective about the girl. I'm forgetting the name right now, but I believe it was on Good Kid, Mad City.
Okay.
But that whole concept that he was able to make 3 verses about a situation from 3 different persons, right, throughout the song, and be able to kind of affect like how you feel throughout the
But I mean, Lupe did something like that.
Yeah.
Long before Kendrick.
Yeah.
With He Say, She Say.
Yeah. Yeah.
And he said it from the boy's perspective, the mother.
Yeah.
And I think it was the dad too.
I do remember that. Yeah.
Or I don't remember, but I think it was the boy, the mom. At least those 2 for sure. I don't remember the other one. But all right, so what's your favorite J. Cole song? And I'm not expecting you to know any of.
Yeah, it's been a minute. I have listened to like whole albums of his, like, years ago.
Yeah.
Just on repeat. But I'm terrible at like recalling stuff from back in the day.
J. Cole did a feature with Bia, the London song.
That was tight.
And
yeah,
just from the bars that I've heard on that, I think kills like his delivery, like that he did. I think that competes with, Kendrick's top bars. Just from that feature. Now, what I've seen like from J. Cole in terms of like what he can deliver lyrically, like things that I've heard from like Kevin's Heart or like Forbidden Fruit. Oh my gosh, like it's insane. Like, so I think there's a lot to contest against each other, and I mean, all right, we can go off the stats of who's a better Billboard Top 100 artist, but but people, I mean,
anyway.
But yeah, I mean, I think those are some of the things that you want to compare when you're trying to say who's a better rapper, lyricist. But Kendrick is definitely a great writer. He's a great artist. He has a good team that's going to put on the production to show, what he had interpreted in his mind and, have that come out. Like they're able to do that. But
how many times, and I have a question about the bars and how creative they are. Sometimes, J. Cole, the lines are good, but they're straightforward. And so you kind of understand them maybe the first way through. So does having more subliminal messages and having a reason to kind of listen to the bar and kind of figure out like, okay, how many entendre, double entendre, or triple entendre, whatever it is.
Okay.
Right. Does that have a bearing on how much you appreciate the rhymes or the bar?
Yeah. I can see what you're saying. I think I don't know from that angle. I kind of lean a little bit more towards J. Cole.
Really?
I'm not gonna lie. Kendrick's writing is great. I mean, like I've like from what he said on that diss track that people are saying diss track. I can't quote the lyrics because I haven't listened to it enough. But what I've heard from it, I'm like, all right. Like sometimes you have to connect the dots and stuff like that. But I think in order to like really come out with like a good song, a good this, or like a good track, a good bar, it should be easily digestible to listen to the first time and the second time and the third time. But most of the, like, for the most part, you want to get your point across in that first time. And I feel like if you're not getting it, if I have to sit down in a room and re-listen to your song so many times,
like I said,
to try and
the diss track, it took a minute.
Yeah,
because the first time I think I was kind of on the same wave of you. I'm like, oh, this is good, but like, it's all right. The more time you listen to it, the more information you get about it. And you're like, oh, okay.
Because think about it, if you're in a rap battle, right?
Yeah.
How many times are they gonna? Like, let me go home and go rewatch the video.
Y'all don't
like, oh wait, hey guys, like 5 days later, I listened to what he said like 5 times, and actually he won. Like, yeah. But
that's interesting. That's an interesting way to think about it. If it's a rap battle, you're there in the moment. You can't tell the room to go do their homework and then come back.
Exactly. Yeah, go do your homework and go research what I actually just said. But I mean, it's kind of like breaking too, right? When we look at breakers, you want to see what they've done the first time and then be able to digest it and then say, okay, I think you won. Because we don't have, we don't have the technology yet to like say, all right, let me go through your round multiple times to go over the highlights. Okay.
You got to highlight the details. You can't just do them and then expect somebody.
Because we would have to essentially highlight everyone's rounds and how long that event would go. Like, after every round, let me just do a quick highlight 3 times to see exactly what you did. Like it should be digestible for the first time. But man, like some of the stuff you need to go listen to J. Cole Forbidden Fruit. Forbidden Fruit is like crazy. Yeah,
that's worth the re-listen.
Yeah,
dude, man, I ain't gonna lie. I'm excited. Okay, J. Cole diss track, maybe J. Cole and Drake diss track. How crazy do you think that's gonna be? Do you think it's gonna be good, or do you think people are gonna be like, I don't know?
Oh man,
because think about it, it's a response, right? And so some people feel a certain way about needing to respond if you're at the top. Like, do you need to respond if you actually think you're the number one,
right?
Or if you
Drake has no need to respond. I'll say that first, because Drake has already reached the pinnacle of the zenith of where you could be as an artist. And in fact, I think the rapping scene is essentially dead, to be honest. Like, there is no like real like hard good, like the good rappers are the one that aren't making any money now. But if J. Cole and Drake had to do a response, J. Cole's response would be insane if he wanted to do one.
Okay.
Like, from what I've heard from J. Cole, it will be insane.
You think Metro Boomin gonna make a beat for him too?
Maybe. But I think J. Cole's response would be more direct. Kendrick's is like a little bit like, you kind of have to go research what he's trying to talk about. Drake, he's a great responder in terms of dissing and stuff like that. But whatever he had with Pusha T, Drake definitely lost that. Like Drake definitely lost. He lost that thing with Pusha T like so bad. Like putting the blackface thing and then exposing you and the baby mama, you got a kid and all. I was like,
the whole life change.
Yeah, there's a lot of people crying in their pillows that night. Like, they're like, you talked about my favorite rapper, not Drake. And I mean, I ain't gonna lie, cause me too. I was kind of like, dang. I was like, nah, Drake. Drake is gonna respond. Drake is gonna respond. I was like, Pusha actually had the edge. I think Pusha won that beef, hands down.
Here's the thing. Do you think Drake has to respond? Because I mean,
to what?
Kendrick, because
to Kendrick,
like he was sprinkling all.
My
that
thing
stuff
is like, where did it even come from though?
To be honest, I don't know.
Like, I was just
I really don't know.
And that's why I say like Kendrick has to correlate himself to the greatest in order to seem as though he's one of the greatest.
I'll say what I saw another video. I hope I have the video unlocked so I can actually pass this around, but. There was, you know, you got all these rap conspiracy theory channels that be putting all this stuff together and be like lining the pins and yarn up on the thing. Talking about, oh, this connected with this and this connected with that. Oh, you didn't see this from 5 years ago. He said this on this one track.
Yeah.
But apparently there was a lot of connections that were made from previous verses of back and forths. It just very subliminal stuff, but once it's put together, it doesn't feel like a reach. It doesn't feel like a reach at all. And again, I'll have to pull it up so you can see. But like a mention of a song here, and you know, you twisting it here. A mention of another song or a thing, a project that this other person worked on here. So like, apparently, there's like been 3 or 4 verses of Kendrick and Cole going back to back at each other. But like very, very small thing, maybe like a line and a half of something.
I think people blew that out of proportion.
You know,
like, I mean, that's not enough for me to just be like, oh man, he's the best.
It's kind of, I don't know. But then the mention of the big 3, was that the only thing, or was there something else
that's what I'm saying.
This,
I gotta be able to digest what you're saying and what you mean.
Like, where did this come from?
Like that too, but like when you say it the first time, I gotta understand why this beef is even happening.
Yeah,
I don't even know where this thing came from. Like. Yeah. It's like it's out of the blue. Oh wait, I need relevancy to my name.
We're just excited.
Yo,
for
I know
beef.
J. Cole is popping on the charts. I know Drake is popping on the charts. I don't know who else, but definitely J. Cole made a rise, like a substantial rise this year. Like he's on everything. He's doing features with Bia. He's doing other projects and whatnot. So
Benny the Butcher.
I'm just saying, J. Cole wouldn't have to do that in order to become relevant. Kendrick. I'm not saying he has to do it, but he is doing it. And I mean, to me, I'm just like, y'all can't be comparing Kendrick to J. Cole. J. Cole is a different beast. He does this by himself. He in this. He 10 toes down. He's stomping on business.
Stomping on it.
Stomping on business. He ain't playing with no one. Look.
You think it's to sell tickets?
I think so. I think it's to bring more eyeballs.
I mean, he definitely brought eyeballs. Everybody talking about this. The moment it dropped, everybody was making videos.
It's probably like 2 bars. It's actually not even 2 bars.
It's a little longer than that. Yeah.
Well, I mean, the mention of J. Cole, right?
It was pretty much the whole verse.
Thing?
Yeah.
I gotta re-listen to it.
Yeah, man.
I gotta re-listen. Hey, man, I might not know what I'm talking about. That's probably what y'all think, because Kendrick is y'all favorite rapper, and y'all writing him so hard. But that's okay. Because I think people are entitled to their opinions, and I think there's a free country, so you can say whatever you want, and people shouldn't be easily offended by what I believe. But please have a discussion in the comment section, because I would love to hear what you guys had to say. And what was the most impactful part of Kendrick's bars that, you know, stood out to you, that made you think that he won? Because, I mean, actually, where did this beef come from? I'm confused. I'm so confused. Why did you diss J. Cole and Drake? What happened?
What happened? That's a good question.
I'm sitting here confused. Like,
you're just looking like,
dang, he just shot him.
You got blind.